Thank you for joining me for Mooneyes and the Dark Moon Council by I.L.Davis, Chapter 6, page 23. They headed out to the four corners of Bellalinas and made their way to the campsite where Crash men were holding up to tend to the hurt and wounded. Crash said, "How are we doing? Are we moving them off our lands?" Warthog said, "We seem to be unable to move them. They seem to unable to move us. In any way, neither side has moved." Gemini said, "I will move these demon lovers from my land. I will have my revenge on them." Without thinking or using his better sense, he charged onto the battlefield. Dog Knight took off with him. Crash yelled out, "Wait!" He laughed and looked over at Warthog. "There's no time like the present to die." He shrugged and charged in behind them. Gemini's pet dream was a wrecking ball of power and steel. Gemini had been right. The two of them alone were a devastating force like no one had ever seen. Dream rolled forward, swinging her mace, which Gemini made with the help from Tylock along with her armor. She was amazing. The spikes sparked life into the fellow soldiers, smashing the enemy back, driving them away. The enemy started fleeing from the fight, and cheers rose across the field. Gemini and his pet, Crash, was beside himself. He thought he had seen it all from Dog Knight and Gemini, but this new pet showed him that these elves were even more amazing. After the fight, Crash took Gemini to meet the king's people, bowed to them as they rode by. Dream ran beside Gemini's horse. King Herod gave Gemini the king's mark of a knight of his table and honored Dog Knight and Gemini with statues of them in his throne room, besides the kings of old. King Herod was wise man. He set his castle up to take any attack. Great trees carved out from the castle as ramps, allowing boulders to roll down, smashing the enemy, rolling over the top of them. He had stone landmarks placed far away so his archers knew when to open fire to keep the enemy at the furthest distance. The wall around the castle was thick and tall. Great colorful stones were carved into the walls throughout the castle. His people were the best at their trade and had a place among the great ones around his city. But they only honored the kings and knights in his courtyard of the gardens of old. Thank you for watching Thank you for listening to Mooneyes and Dark Moon Council by I.L. Davis. Please like, share, and follow.